At dinner, so I'm
Good.
happy.
Ah, that's right. Anytime this man has been fed, he is happier than prior to being fed. That's what I'm told.
Yep. Yeah, the word hangry was invented for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Seriously, I
it's
have a
good.
high metabolic rate. I eat 6 times a day. It's a thing.
Well, I believe it. Man, things are kind of going crazy in the world, and
You
appreciate all
think?
of you being here. Today is March 2nd of 2026. War with Israel. Uh, if you
Iran,
can call it war. Sorry, with
not Israel.
Iran. Well, it is with Israel. I mean, it is. I don't know. Did you see Rubio? Did you see Rubio's little speech that he gave, like 10 minutes speech that he gave
No,
today?
I'm not
So
watching
what
any
he
of their
said was,
speeches. I'll catch the details in written form. I'm not giving them my attention. No.
that's fair. Well, so Rubio says, well, basically, I'm paraphrasing. We knew that Israel was going to attack, and we knew that when Israel attacked Iran, Iran's plan was to immediately attack the United States. So we preemptively attacked Iran because we knew that Israel was going to attack Iran, and therefore that is a preemptive self defense. No congressional authorization. He says he notified the Gang of Eight, but obviously there's not been any resolution by Congress declaring war. So what is this? An authorized use of military force? Uh, I think Gabe Fleischer came out today with a great piece about how Donald Trump has basically been silent on the issue of justifying this war, and in part because him being the peaceful president was critical or crucial to his reelection campaign. So there is no real defense I think that he can make, and so he's probably sitting back to see if they're successful, in which case he will take all the glory, and if they are unsuccessful, he will undoubtedly distance himself from it. What's your take, Roger?
Well, yeah. So the board of fleece, right? This board of fleece that he set up, and now he turns around and immediately starts a war after that. On top of which, how many countries have we bombed since he took over the White House? Eight, nine already. I
Yep.
mean, he's freaking insane. That's my position. Our president is insane. He will use power because he likes to use it, and he will use power to distract from the activities that I believe he's guilty of. That is all in the news, right? The pedophile stuff, the Epstein files. He's distracting, and he's playing with toys that he likes playing with, and we're all going to pay a horrible price for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea that this is a you know is cover for Epstein, to me, it seems like there's some potential truth to that. It certainly is it is distracting, right? War with Iran is a distraction. Now, whether or not the purpose of that is to cover up Epstein, I guess remains to be seen. But I think there's no doubt that war is distracting. Um,
Well,
I
there's also
wonder.
just the breakneck pace at which he likes to do things. He always wants to try to keep everybody guessing, everybody reacting. So he does bam, 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 regardless of the damage. Doesn't care. Just keep moving forward. Just keep punching and pressing and break it all. That's his philosophy. Let's break it all and see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. What do you got to lose? Isn't that what he said in 2016? What do you got to lose? Well, now we know.
Now
All right,
we
done ranting.
know. Well, and as viewers may be recognizing, the format of this show is now a little bit different. You'll notice that Jeff is not here. In part, that is because we are just actually this whole movement of uncapping the house is taking off like wildfire, and so Jeff really needs to divert his attention to our local chapters and to engaging with folks that really matter in this moment. And he also has 5 kids, and so Roger and myself are going to be holding together the representation station, deploying some new content here in the coming months, and there may be an addition to the show. We It's too early to announce that just yet, but you know lots of wonderful things are happening. Shout out to all the new donors, all the new signers of the Declaration of Independence. I mean, the Declaration of Representation. It truly is it's so great to see the outpouring of support and confidence from all of you. And so we just really appreciate it, and happy to answer any questions you have. If you ever need to get in contact with us, you can do that via the website. You can reach me via my email, w@y435.org, and I'll try to respond to you. Yeah, Roger, I know last show we touched on Principles First a little bit, but I don't know if there's anything else we didn't cover that you wanted to go over again, or other things. We're going to keep this show short for the listeners and the viewers, but we are got some great things coming for you. So, Roger, anything else you want to add?
No, not really. Principles First I enjoyed it much more than I expected to. You know how I complain about this stuff. I'm an introvert. I don't want to go out in public and talk to people. I want to sit in the dark and solve puzzles.
Yeah.
But I spent 2 days in the light talking to people, and I didn't hate it. So good for the personal growth, right?
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
And then I'm happy we're having a short show tonight. I can get to sleep a little earlier because I have to be at a polling place tomorrow at 6 a.m. because I'm working curbside, greeting voters.
Well, we appreciate your donation of time to civics. If it weren't for your poll workers,
you appreciate my sister Cynthia even more. She doesn't work just the one day of the primary election like I do. I can't afford to give up that much time, but she's retired. She works everything for her county in Eastern North Carolina. So my sister's the one we appreciate.
All right. Well, thank you to Roger's sister. What's her name again?
Cynthia. She signed she has signed our declaration.
Okay. We need to get Jeff to send her a shirt. Get Jeff her address and a size. We'll send a shirt.
Oh,
that's the other thing.
Like one of the first 10. She signed it forever ago.
Nice. Go Cynthia. That's something else that Jeff is busy doing. If you haven't checked out the No Cap Fund website, we've got merch up there. And it's really good. I mean, it's honestly, we've got stickers that I think will come with things that you buy. We've got buttons, Y435. I guess you probably can't see that, a little too far away. But we've got a bunch of Y435 merch, and it's really nice to have a question on your shirt because it often prompts. This is what we had at Principles First, and people would come up and they're kind of puzzled, right? Like looking at the merch, and you're like, do you know why we have 435 members in the U.S. House? And luckily, if you don't feel comfortable answering that question, all the stuff that we've got online has the website where they can go and learn more information, reach out to us. And that kind of brings us to the last piece, which is these local chapters.
Let me make one more offer before we move on to the next thing. That beautiful tablecloth you're sitting there looking at, we don't have that in our merch store. But if somebody makes a big enough donation, we will find a way to get one of those so they could have their very own No Cap Fund fitted tablecloth.
Well, actually, there's a more direct route for you to get your own tablecloth, and that is to open your local chapter. Talk to myself or Jeff about this. If you are interested in opening up a local chapter of the No Cap Fund or the Representation Station or a collaboration, we would love to have you. I think we've got 12 now crossing these 50 great states. Actually, you can only see 48. Well, here's Alaska. And here's Hawaii. So there are technically all 50 are pictured here. Mm-hmm. And we are, I'm sorry for the glare. I'll try to fix the lighting for future shows. But we would just love to have chapters in all 50 states. Our goal is actually to have a chapter in every single congressional district. Basically, you're looking at a monthly meeting, get people together. We're trying out some different formats. So we'll see kind of competition of ideas, see what rises to the surface. But we're very excited about that, excited to be moving forward in 2026. One of the things we talked a lot about at Principles First was, this is the midterms. We need uncapping the House talked about in every single federal congressional race. Every single representative in their primary and in the general needs to be made to answer the question, why do we have 435 members in the House? What are you going to do about it? And if they don't have a good answer, they shouldn't get elected. That's the view of many of us here at the No Cap Fund, and the Representation Foundation doesn't take a particular stance on political candidates, but they do like to educate, or we like to educate about the quality of representation, what defines representation, what defines representative, and the ratio is important. Many social scientists point to the cube root rule, which Roger has been a very big fan of historically.
Yes.
And all of our other OECD countries have better representation than us. The only one that has better representation or worse representation than us, Roger loves to say, is
India.
Yeah.
And it's not a fair comparison because they're so much larger.
Yeah, they got 1 billion people.
Yeah. So basically, every other OECD country does democracy better than America. And it wasn't always that way. You know, we've devolved over the past century since the Permanent Apportionment Act of 1929. That's how it happened. Our Congresses have deliberately eroded our representation.
And it's a shame. And you can help fix it. So opening up a local chapter is one way to get involved, signing the Declaration of Representation, sharing this with your friends and family. Get involved. It is exciting to be having this talked about in the midterms, and that is step one. So as I said, we're really focused on getting this talked about in the midterms this year. This should be in the zeitgeist. Everyone should be talking about representation, the size of the House, because it begs the question.
We're on X, we're on Blue Sky. You follow us. Look for output from our accounts on Blue Sky and X and forward those. That's another way to put it in the zeitgeist, to spread the word.
Absolutely. And, we're that may indicate to you we are bipartisan. We are nonpartisan, right? This really is not a partisan issue. It's a people issue. It is a issue of your fundamental rights in and under the U.S. Constitution. They are rights to be represented. And so the midterm is step one. Step two is going to be, we're already looking at that 2028 presidential race, right? The presidential race is going to be important because, again, whoever wins that race has the opportunity to push through a piece of legislation, with the support of the Senate, and they could get it done. A Senate aligned with a president could get this done, and if it doesn't happen before 2028, it certainly should be happening right after that, before the 100-year anniversary of the 1929 cap, happening in 2029. So, with that, I think we're going to have the quickest show to date, which is great. Roger, what else do you have to add, if anything?
Nothing. Just talk. Are we doing? We're not doing this next Monday. Talk about the schedule a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry. So the schedule. My thought, Roger, is let's just hop on here and give folks updates once a week, if you can spare 15 minutes
Sure.
until we've got a solid plan for anything else. And so folks, these are going to continue to be short. We're not going to be bringing on guests unless we have a really big name to announce. And otherwise, we're going to be holding down the fort and talking about representation. It'll be a slightly abbreviated format for your busy schedules and your busy feeds. But Roger and I look forward to engaging with you. And again, if you have any questions, go to the website. You can email me, w@y435.org. Those are the numbers typed out, 435. And yeah, Roger, any other things I've missed?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Let's get some activity. Let's get some action. Let's get some traction. Let's shout it from the rooftops. Let's get some money and buy a billboard.
Action and traction. Well, speaking of action, we basically doubled the number of members of our organization, of subscribers to our email list over the past 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
we are on that trajectory. So folks, get engaged, keep spreading the word. Let's keep the virality going, because this is important. And thank you so much to Matt Beat, our board member, who's helping get so much of that fire started. We really appreciate your work, and again, the work of our other board member, Jeff Mayhew. Also, two other mentions, Thomas Howes from the Reagan Caucus. He's been a big help, and we appreciate him joining the board at the foundation. And then also Tyler Sick over on the foundation board. Thomas is joining the No Cap Fund board. Tyler is on the Representation Foundation board. Really appreciate both of them coming on. We have had they've both been guests on the show. Yeah, we look forward to continuing to engage and grow.
And that's one thing to mention. If you said we're not going to be having guests going forward unless we find, a noteworthy person. But if the viewers want to see some of the guests we've had in the past, they can find our podcasts on the website and other places as well. So they can get the perspective of others who have been guests on our show on this topic as well. They don't have to just listen to us.
Yeah, that's right. And there also should be a function. So this is going live on Riverside, X, YouTube, Facebook. And there should be a comment function. And what we're going to do is we're going to spend some more time exploring with the comment function, the live function, making sure that things are working appropriately. And one of the things we're going to do is be paying attention to those live chats. And is so if y'all have one platform where you want us to really pay attention over another, you gotta message us there or leave a comment there so we understand where the engagement is happening and we can direct some of our efforts. I am we'll see, but I'm very hopeful that we're gonna have some summer interns here shortly to help us manage this growing network of responsibility. And stay tuned for more information.
And teach us the latest tech. Well, teach me anyway. I'm an old guy. Walter's young. He's probably up to speed.
This is my old tech. I got my Rattling can. Please give us some donations.
Oh, that's what it's for. I was wondering.
Oh yeah. This is it's like the bell, the Salvation Army bell. Yeah. But this is hilarious. I found this in my house, which was made in the 1980s. So I think this is from 1980s. This coffee cup says "Chock full of nuts, the heavenly coffee, all method grind for all coffee makers." So it's good because it works in every single type of coffee maker.
There's no such thing as good coffee. I disagree.
You don't drink coffee?
At all. No.
Wow, this might be the most heretical thing I've ever learned about you.
I do like the caffeine, which is why I drink Diet Pepsis, because that's where I get my caffeine. I don't like the taste of coffee, never did. I drank plenty of it back in the day. You'd go and work into the corporate world, you go to an afternoon function or whatever, and they'd have coffee and water, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I drank plenty of coffee to stay awake, but I hated every mouthful.
That's hilarious. Wait, did you know that most Americans get their antioxidants from coffee? That's like the number one antioxidant that Americans get is from coffee.
Did not know that.
A little plug. All right. Well, Roger, until next time, peace, love, and
representation. Goodbye, everybody. Don't hurt nobody.
Oh, no. It's saying something went wrong. Refresh this page to try again. If this problem persists, please contact support.
All right, this show's live still, so we're still live. Are you trying to stop that and can't?
Yeah, I pressed stop.
Weird.
And I'm seeing okay, so it's telling me to refresh the page. We'll see what happens.
Do it.